Hello friends, this is Sundareshan, compliance guru for you. We have, as business persons, procured the digital signature certificate, and we are in the process of setting up a private company for which we were trying to understand the nuances of getting a DIN, which is Director Identification Number. In the last video, we stopped saying, as directors, we may need a sponsor to get or make an application for a DIN. Well, the other option is, in case you need to form your own company, and if you are going to be the first director in the company, the incorporation process, which is in SPICE 3, which is the form that is used to incorporate a company, you have a provision to make for applying DIN. And that is where you get an allotment of director identification number done. So, two things. One, you need to incorporate your own company and get a DIN, or get a sponsor company who would pass a resolution and get you a DIN. So these were the two instances where a DIN can be procured. Now let us look at incorporating a company. Let's get started. How do we get started? Process is very simple, but what goes behind this process? The three questions again. Why do we, or what do we do what organizations can't or won't do, is one thing that you will think. The second one is, why did we matter and to whom? Which brings us to putting down your objects clause. The purpose of existence for a corporate. How do you bring the corporation into existence is what we need to see. And of course, the most important of them all, which is the capital. So whether it is a DSC, whether it is a DIN, or whether it's an incorporation, all of this requires money. And when I'm speaking about money, it is in the form of capital. So three things that would really determine what you need to do are the purpose for which the company has to come into existence. Next is, which is in the form of objects. The next is the amount of capital that you need to bring in. And of course, the most important is the name. The name of the company, the name of the enterprise, which is very important from a business person's point of view, which is to become a brand at a later date. So enough care should be put in to identify a good name. So while you are interested or you are ready to get a company incorporated, the 5 things that would matter for incorporation are the name, the office, the registered office where your company is to be located, the objects for which the company is being formed, of course, the capital that you're going to put in, and the liability. The liability part of it, of course, for a private company or a public company remains limited, and leave it at that, because that is a purpose for which a company is incorporated. So the different forms of entity that I discussed, which is a sole proprietor, liability is unlimited. Partnership, the liability is unlimited. Limited liability partnership, liability is limited. Private limited company, liability is limited. And a public company, liability is limited. When I'm saying liability is limited, this is not for any offenses that a director commits while discharging their duties, but it is the liability that is limited when a liquidation happens. And when a liquidation happens, the liability is limited to the extent of capital that a promoter brings in or a shareholder brings in, and they become contributories when it comes to liquidation of the company. So that is where the concept of a liability which is limited sets in. So, name, objects, capital, and registered office. How to go about fixing all of this, we will see in our next video. Stay compliant, stay safe, see you soon.